Hello and welcome to Millie White Cooks. Today's tasty recipe is for my moist and light gluten-free walnut and coffee cake, which is from my gluten-free and wheat-free easy bread, cakes, baking and meals cookbook. It's super easy to make and goes down perfectly with a cup of coffee at any time of day. You can find the links to my cookbook in the detail box below. We'll start by taking a quick look at the ingredients list. You'll need 185 grams or 1 1/4 cups of plain or all-purpose gluten-free flour blend. I use Dove's Farm, which is a UK brand, but you can use any blend that you prefer. This is 38 grams or 5 tablespoons of corn flour, called cornstarch in the United States, and adding this to the gluten-free flour blend helps make your cake extra light. You'll need 225 grams or 2 sticks of buttermilk dairy spread or spreadable butter, plus a little extra for greasing. Here's 220 grams or 1 cup of natural caster or superfine sugar. In this little dish I have 3 teaspoons of gluten-free baking powder and 3/4 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda or baking soda, plus another 3/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum, which helps strengthen gluten-free cakes, then a pinch of salt. This is glycerine, sometimes called culinary glycerol, and this helps keep gluten-free cakes tasting moist, and we'll use 3/4 teaspoon of this in the cake. Another thing to help keep our cake moist is adding 2 tablespoons of sour cream. For the coffee flavour, I've dissolved 2 teaspoons of gluten-free instant coffee into 2 teaspoons of boiling water and allowed it to cool. And of course I'll need some walnuts, and this is 75 grams or 3/4 cup of walnut halves, but it doesn't matter if some of these are broken. Finally, for the cake we'll need 3 free-range eggs, which are size large in the UK or extra large in the US. For the coffee buttercream icing, I have 50 grams or 3½ tablespoons of softened butter, plus 115 grams, which is 1 cup, of icing or powdered sugar, which I've sieved to remove any lumps. The buttercream will be flavoured with 1/2 teaspoon of really good vanilla extract, along with another 1 teaspoon of gluten-free instant coffee dissolved in 1 teaspoon of boiling water and also allowed to cool. Finally, for decoration, I'm going to use 10 to 12 walnut halves, and I've made sure that these ones are not broken. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for lots more gluten-free recipes. Now let's get cooking! Start by preheating the oven to 160 degrees Celsius fan or 350 degrees Fahrenheit or gas mark 4. Put the buttermilk spread and the sugar into the mixing bowl and cream together really well. Alternatively, you can do this by hand using a metal whisk or a wooden spoon. Whilst these are beating, I'm going to finely chop the walnut halves, then set them aside. When the butter and sugar has creamed together until it's a light pale yellow and very fluffy mixture, I'm going to add the glycerine along with the cooled coffee, then gradually beat in the eggs one at a time. So that's the first egg. And after that's well mixed in, I'm going to scrape down the sides of the bowl. Then the second egg. Then add the third and final egg and beat again. Next, add the corn flour to the gluten-free flour. Turn off the mixture and add in about half the flour mixture along with the baking powder, baking soda, xanthan gum and salt. Turn the mixture onto low, or if you're mixing by hand, switch to a metal spoon and fold in the flour until combined. Then add the remaining flour and fold again. Lightly beat in the chopped walnuts, followed by the sour cream. Use a spatula to scrape down the sides and bottom of the mixing bowl to make sure everything is well mixed together. I've prepared a 20cm or 8-inch cake tin by greasing the sides. I have silicone liners for the bases of my cake tins, but you could easily use a circle of baking parchment instead. Spoon in the cake mix and smooth it evenly out to the sides, making a little well in the centre. Bake in the oven for 45 to 50 minutes until firm to the touch and the skewer inserted in the centre comes out clean. At that point, take the cake out of the oven and leave it to cool completely in the tin. Meanwhile, we'll make the coffee buttercream. Beat the butter in a clean bowl with a whisk until light and fluffy. Slowly add half of the icing sugar, 1 spoonful at a time, and scraping down the sides of the bowl every now and then. With the mixer on its lowest setting, add the vanilla extract and then the cooled coffee and beat to mix. Turn the mixer off, scrape down the sides and then slowly whisk in the remaining sugar. Once all the sugar is combined, turn the mixer up to the highest speed and beat the buttercream for 5 minutes until it is light and airy, just like this. Loosen the cool cake from the side of the tin by running a spatula or knife around the edge. Turn the cake onto a plate or board and remove the baking parchment if necessary, although my cake has come clean out of the tin. Spoon over the buttercream and spread it over the cake. Decorate with the walnut halves. And here's the finished cake, just waiting to be cut and enjoyed with a hot cup of coffee. I hope you've enjoyed this video too. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have. This recipe is from my gluten-free and wheat-free easy bread, cakes, baking and meals cookbook, available as a paperback or Kindle book from Amazon or as an ebook from iBooks, Nook or Kobo. You'll find all the links in the description box below, and I also have a quick video preview that you can watch too. You may also like to watch more videos from my gluten-free cooking series, such as my chocolate banana nut brownie bites or my dairy-free vanilla crème pâtisserie strawberry and almond tart. For a healthier option after these sweet treats, you'll love my Primavera pesto rice bowls too. Thank you so much for your company. Please also let me know if you make this or if you'd like to see a video of any other of my recipes. And bye for now.